We're visiting with head coach of men's water polo, Denny Harper, here on UCSDTritons.com as our fall sports preview continues. Coach Harper, 35 years on campus at UC San Diego. You're approaching 600 career victories. How would you describe the program that you've built here at UC San Diego?
Well, I would say it's certainly successful. I don't know that we do anything any better than anybody else, but we've been consistent through the years to build what I think is a program that's got a very healthy culture, a good balance, obviously, between the high academic standards here at UCSD and playing some kick-butt water polo. So I think it's been really good.
What motivates you? What continues to motivate you as a head coach?
At the risk of sounding corny, it's the relationships. I mean, I was only about 25 years old when I started coaching here. And I thought, well, okay, sure, I'll do this. What the hell? Why not? $800, okay. And you get attached to the players, the families, and it's like, okay, I'll see you through graduation, and then I'll see you through graduation, and crap, the next thing I know, it's like 30 plus years.
Well, speaking of those relationships, Coach, this season's team coming back, it's pretty obvious to anyone who follows men's water polo at UCSD. This has an opportunity to be a special group. Last year's team already terrific, and you lose only one player and get back two amazing players who redshirted last year. What's the expectation level coming into 2014?
Well, I'd be lying if I excuse me. I'd be lying if I said it wasn't very high. That being said, I'm not one to heap all sorts of pressure on everybody and whatnot. I'm sure that certainly within our conference, those people will be, trying to pin us as number one and whatnot and the team to beat. But our conference is tough, and I've had plenty of great teams before that had to battle at the end. But yeah, clearly the group that we have right now returning, we're working on things that maybe normally you wouldn't be working on going into a fall season. It's a great bunch of guys. They've worked real hard. And yeah, you're right. Bringing 2012 MVP or no 2013 MVP, Josh Styling back with Luke Syka is going to be pretty special, I think.
Is it a different challenge as a coach because you had a very Styling-centric offense when he was the MVP, and then last year it was a very balanced attack, and you had a lot of guys that were able to fill the net, maybe a very balanced team. Now you even kind of overloaded, have an embarrassment of riches. Does that create a different dynamic as head coach in terms of what you have to get out of your boys in the pool?
Yeah, I'm not really at liberty to say right now, Craig. Yeah, there's a lot going on, and we're certainly aware of that. That most teams think that everything's going to run through Josh, but we're better than that, quite honestly. And I think that we'll still maintain quite a bit of that balance that was certainly at the tail end of our season last year, leading to the success. It took a while for us to get it going. There were a few rather horrific games that we had developing to that point and peaking at the right time. I think this will be a different experience this fall because these guys are already playing at a pretty good level.
Well, we talked about all of the amazing talent that's in the pool. We really got to talk about the cage, too, because Cameron Ravenbach comes back, a senior who has been a real leader for this team. How important of a dynamic is that for your squad, having that comfort level in the cage?
Cameron is a great goaltender. There's no doubt about it. What we've been spending a lot of time on is making sure that he gets off to a great start. He didn't last year. He was all conference, but it took him a while to get going. And we've spent a lot of time trying to figure out what the deal was. That being said, he's had an incredible offseason. He is, without a doubt, the commander of our defense, and I expect him to have just an unbelievable year. We've had this conversation before. It's the most important position in the sport. And I think if he can, bring a consistent presentation, if you will, in that cage, I think that we're going to be in most ball games that we play this coming fall.
Well, it really does seem like the stars are aligning here for UCSD men's water polo because we talk about the team, we talk about the expectations, and I know this is a huge emphasis for this athletic department, December 6th and 7th, the NCAA championships come to the Canyon View Aquatic Center. You have an opportunity to play for a title in your home pool. Is it okay to talk about that? Is that something that's being talked about in the program?
Oh, I wouldn't say we're like talking about it on a regular basis. I mean, everybody knows, and certainly everybody knows that would monumentally suck for us not to, be in it. But at the same time, that's motivation for our opponents. I mean, we've got to try to win this conference championship at LMU. And I know them very well, and I know John Lofgren, their coach, very well, and he would love nothing more than to be playing here. If we're not playing in this thing on December 6th and 7th, you can probably find me in a bar somewhere in Cabo San Lucas, because it'll be pretty devastating. But I think that's the case for anybody that's hosting a Final Four. I've been in plenty of Final Fours that the host school was not in it, and I see their head coach and they're not happy, and I don't want to be that guy.
Well, that's the pretext. This is a real exciting season for men's water polo. There's pressure, expectation, an incredible amount of talent, and the opportunity to have the end of the rainbow actually be at Canyon View, be right in La Jolla. Coach Denny Harper, thanks so much for the time. Best of luck.
Thanks, Ray.